Good morning, everyone. Well, I hope you had a great holiday weekend. Today is going to be another very windy day across Iowa. Now, not quite as bad as we saw last Thursday, but still not pleasant conditions anywhere in the state. Now, this morning, just a light breeze. But once we get to around lunchtime, that's when the winds are going to start cranking. So let's walk you through hour by hour with these wind gusts starting at noon today and look at the expected wind gusts around lunchtime. 39 miles per hour, Sioux City. How about 49 miles per hour? Yes, I do think a few spots could reach almost to 50 miles per hour. Not going to rule that out during the afternoon hours. Davenport 37, but notice how really it's going to be throughout the afternoon hours, pretty strong wind gusts. We might see the strongest winds shift a little bit to the east as we go through the day. So Davenport's looking like it'll be slightly stronger winds as we get towards 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I do think around the Quad Cities, looking at wind gusts, they'll probably peak in the mid 40s, with probably the strongest winds again in the northern part of the state. That's where we might see those gusts up to 50. Notice out west, still close to 40 miles per hour out around Sioux City. So no matter where you are in the state, talking about gusts in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range this afternoon. Now, once the sun goes down, the winds will go down as they usually do. And so we jump ahead to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning and not too much going on. A few spots on the breezy side with those gusts 20, 25 miles per hour, but nothing big. And actually, I think the winds may die down a little bit more for the eastern part of the state as we get into the afternoon, but not for the western part of the state. Notice how the winds are going up in the west, but going down in the east. So let's jump ahead now to 5 o'clock. And really, I can't even call it a breezy day in the far eastern part of the state, but for the central part of the state, with those gusts getting around 25, 30 miles per hour, we'll call it breezy there. But then check out the far western part of the state. Not much of a difference from today. Look how Sioux City in the afternoon could see those gusts reach around 42 miles per hour. So still very windy in the west, but completely different story in the far eastern part of the state. Winds will be much lighter tomorrow than today. Just goes to show you how wild the weather can be and how much it can vary across the state. I do want to talk about temperatures and precipitation. Now, most of the state is going to be dry today, but I do have to mention a small chance if you're in the far eastern part of the state. Not this morning, 8 a.m. this morning, everybody's dry. And see that activity over to the east, it's going to try and build back in during the afternoon. I'd say the earliest we might start to see a few little stray snow or rain showers move in would be about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And notice how it's really for the far eastern part of the state. It does include the Quad Cities, though. In fact, in the Quad Cities, I would say the best chance of catching a shower or sprinkle is going to be for the homebound commute. But notice even this model keeping the better chance to the north, so it is a very small chance, but I do want to mention it. But if you're in Waterloo, Mason City, Sioux City, looks like you're going to be staying dry today, but a little bit more cloud cover to the east as well. And here are high temperatures, by the way, only in the mid 40s in the Quad Cities, Waterloo, low 40s for Mason City, a little bit better out west, probably reaching the low 50s around Sioux City. So what about tomorrow? I do think that for tomorrow, everybody's going to be dry except maybe over in the western part of the state. I do need to mention a small chance for a few snow flurries. Yes, a few snow flurries tomorrow. Again, it's not a guarantee, but the chance is there. And I do think that area of precipitation is going to try and push into the central part of the state. Notice how we've got a few green dots showing up, a little bit of a rain-snow mix in the far northern part of the state. But this little area, these kind of isolated showers, are going to struggle to push to the east. I think they may reach places like Osceola, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, but it looks like that's where it's going to end. So if you're in Mason City, Waterloo, Quad Cities, you're going to be staying dry tomorrow. Notice how the cloud cover thickens up, but the precipitation kind of fizzles out and doesn't quite reach you. So the chance limited to mainly the western part of the state, and it is a small chance tomorrow. As far as temperatures go in the western part of the state, just like the wind situation, temperatures are going to be about the same. The winds are going to be about the same tomorrow. But for the eastern part of the state, not only are you going to have lighter winds, our temperatures going up a little bit too. Mid 40s for Mason City and reaching the low 50s in the Quad Cities.